Okay. We're continuing. Of how to create a good atmosphere and how far it can go. And let me start with the story, Dafka. The story was in Eretz Israel. There is few boys, like at 12 years old, they were playing soccer outside, you know. But next to them, it was a small school that one of the organization, they're doing outreach. They had a school there to bring people closer to, as we say, Yiddishkeit. One of the rabbis went out to speak to the boys. And he was asking them, maybe you want to come in? There is a shiur, a Torah shiur. The kids were not that excited because they wanted to continue to play. But the eyes of the rabbi caught one child that he was kind of hesitating if yes or no. So he told this boy, listen, it's worth it for you to come in. We have very good refreshments. And also we have a cold Coca-Cola. We have a cold Coke. So the child says, what? There is a Coke? Okay, I'm coming in. And he came to the class. And he said, I'm going in because I'm thirsty. Thank you, John. Not because of the shiur, because he's thirsty. So he went in and he sat with all other boys, listening to the shiur. And Bemet, he saw cookies and cakes and pizza and cold Coke, like he promised. And the atmosphere was very nice, very nice. The next day, the child came again to play soccer. And the Rav came out again and he told them, are you coming to the class? So the child said, today also there is cold Coca-Cola. He said, yes, for sure. We have Coca-Cola. Good. So he said, if this is the case, I'm coming in. Okay. The Coke or the goodies is good to bring the child inside. But if we're going to stay only with the Coca-Cola, what is going to be the end results? He will find a Coca-Cola elsewhere. That's not what's going to make it. The main thing is to bring him inside and then to feed him what it needs to be fed. So the shiur was a Gemara shiur, which is not easy, but the Rav knew how to explain very pleasantly. And by the way, he snuck in words of Yirat Shamayim and mitzvot and musar. He was an expert. And the atmosphere was very nice, a pleasant one. And the child came every day without even asking if there is cold Coca-Cola or not. He came already automatically. We don't have to bribe him anymore. After a few weeks, his friends joined in. He was telling them how good it is, how enjoyable it is, so they came also. But this child was the one of the steady ones. And he finished even few masechtot, few Gemarot he was able to finish with them. In the age of 15, already 3 years passed. He was until then in a public school. Now he's saying to his Abba, I want to go to yeshiva. Huh? Imagine 15 years old boy that never went to yeshiva. All of a sudden, he wants to go to yeshiva in the age of 15. His parents were far away from Judaism. Even though they are Israelis, but they're far away. And they didn't understand what came into the mind of this child. So his father asking him, do you understand what you're talking about? And the child, with a stubbornness of a teenager, he says, yes, I understand. I thought about it, and I want to go to yeshiva. I love the Torah. I want to go to yeshiva. The father got very angry at him. Very angry. He said, hey, you, listen to me. If you're going to a yeshiva, I'm not going to give you a dime. I'm not going to give you a dime. And his father was a wealthy man. He grew up, as we say, on a silver platter. So this was the only weapon that the father can use. You're not going to see it anymore. He says, I don't care. Don't give me a dime. I'm going to yeshiva. He found himself a yeshiva. This boy found himself a yeshiva. And he learned like there is no tomorrow. But now, his suit that he came in with already got very old, doesn't look good, בכלל no, and his hat from black became brown. He was so old already, worn out, but he doesn't have a dime in his pocket. His father don't want to give him a dime. He needed books. He didn't have the money to buy the books. And the boy was praying to Hashem, and he's saying to Hashem, Ribono shel olam, please do something that I will have the ability to buy myself what I need. I need clothing, I need a hat, I need books. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for anything else. Basic stuff that I need. I don't want to go to people to ask for a tzedakah. Please, Hashem, please. Only one request I have. Just this I want from you. And I'm accepting upon myself to finish the whole Shas in 3 years. What a boy, huh? In 3 years, he said, I'll finish everything. Few days passed. He is walking on the street in Haifa. All of a sudden, he found a bundle of money. Somebody lost it. He picked up the bundle, counted out 20,000 shekels, like $6,500. For a yeshiva boy, it's wow. He found it. So now he didn't want to use it. He has to ask his Rebbe, I found it on the street. Do I have to announce it? It's mine. So look how much temptation there is. And yet he says, I'm not going to touch it unless my Rebbe will tell me it's allowed. He came to his Rebbe. He told him, Rebbe, I found 20,000 shekel. He told him, where did you find it? He told him the place and everything. He says, you can have it because this section, mostly Arabs living there. You don't have to announce. This money is all yours. Enjoy it. And the child was praising Hashem, thanking Hashem. You answered my prayers, and he bought himself a suit, a hat, books, whatever he needed. Good. Now he has to finish us in 3 years. Okay? He's learning day and night. A promise is a promise. Day and night. So, we met after 3 years. He made Siyum Hashas. What a party, huh? A child finished a Shas. And now he needs to get married. Yes? A person coming to the yeshiva, a wealthy man, he has a daughter, and he is asking the Rosh Yeshiva, I need a good boy for my daughter. I'll take care of them, everything that. but I need a good boy. He said, my daughter, she is tzanua, tzadeket, irat shamayim, and beautiful character, midot tovot. And she is very smart and very talented. Everything that you want is there. No. The Rosh Hashiva, without any hesitation, he said, I have a boy for you, made to order, custom made. And right away, he pinpointed on this boy. Now, his parents are not keeping anything. What's going to happen now? His parents are not keeping anything. They're anti. So the Rosh Hashiva says, such a Bachur, learning day and night. He finished Shas already. He said, let me see the boy, let me talk to him, see how is he. Then I'll tell you if he's good for my daughter or not. Okay? He sat down with him, he saw the gentleman, royalty, like a Ben Torah. So he said, okay. They went out, chick-chack. And they got engaged. The father of the boy saying to the Mechutanim, I'm not going to give a dime. Don't count on me for the wedding. I'm not giving a dime to this kind of a child that I have. Could you imagine? He has such a boy, and he said, I'm not giving a dime, I'm not giving. The father of the Kala says, I don't need your money. I don't need it. I'll take care of them. I don't need it. So now, listen to this now. In the engagement, the father of the Kala coming to the boy, he's saying to him, maybe you can tell me how you were able to finish the Shas in 3 years. How did you do it? So he told them the story. He said, I didn't have a dime, and I promised Hashem that if Hashem will send me what I need, I'll finish the Shas in 3 years. And I found 20,000 shekels on the street. And I had to finish the Shas. My Rebbe said I can use the money because probably it belonged to a goy. All of a sudden, the face of the father-in-law to be became pale. He says, are you okay? He says, I cannot believe what you tell me. It was my 20,000 shekel. I lost it. The money that you found, I lost it. It was my money, but don't feel bad. I gave up on this already. But listen to this now. Look how Hashem operates. He said, I felt bad that I lost that 20,000 shekel, But I didn't know that with these 20,000 shekels, I'm building my son-in-law that I don't know yet that I'm going to have such a son-in-law. But don't forget how everything started, בכלל. No, where did it start, this whole deal?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, very good. Bravo. A smile, a Coca-Cola, pleasant, and the child is in. Because the atmosphere in the class was good. And look what can happen. That's what we have to do at home. I'm saying it to the parents. Create an atmosphere, a pleasant one. Don't come and say, what will come out of you? Why didn't you do homework? Okay, you can do it, you can do whatever you want. But this child, at the end, will hate it. There's no love there. ברוך אתה אדוני מלך העולם שהכל נהיה לו. And I will continue saying it over and over again. You don't know what atmosphere can do. I don't like to talk about it, but I have to tell you. All the people that were not observant, and today, Baruch Hashem, they're observant, and the kids and everybody, all observant, that went through us. I didn't do any magics. No magics. We just gave them a very nice atmosphere. Pleasant one, loving one. You cannot resist it. You cannot resist it. A child is not a number. He's not an object. And he is not a computer. He's a person. Do you know how many kids in one yeshiva they don't do well, בכלל, no? When they change the yeshiva to the other one, a different child. What happened? What happened? Ask yourself. In the other yeshiva, the atmosphere was not good. The atmosphere was not good. No warmth, no smile, no clue. We have to achieve. Tach, 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 they're finished. A child, some kids maybe can take it, but I don't know what's going to happen in later on time. But most of the kids that I know, they need a loving atmosphere. Warm one. caring one. Leave the curriculum outside. They will learn. This boy came from public school, he finished shots in 3 years. When a child wants to learn on his own, he will learn. He just needs to feel the sweetness, that's all. So it goes all over the place. You know, some kids hate Shabbat. Hate it. Why? Why should a kid hate Shabbat? Such a beautiful day. Many kids, you just tell them Shabbat, they hate it. Why is it? Because the atmosphere at home is like an army. They've been forced to eat what they don't like. To say at the Dvar Torah while they're not in the mood. We're forcing on them. So the atmosphere is bad atmosphere, so they don't like it. How many parents are forcing the kids to eat on Yom Shabbat? You don't want to talk to me? What did I do to you?
We want them to sit at the table. We want them to eat. We want them to join. Of course, yeah.
And what they want?
They want to play sometimes. They don't want to sit at the table. They don't want to eat this. They would only want to eat that.
Okay. Okay. So what you gonna do? They don't want to sit on the table.
It's
Why?
definitely it's definitely more intriguing, like when I make it into like a fun thing to come sit at the table.
But
Of course.
why don't they want to sit on the table?
Because they're probably bored. They're not interested.
So instead of us looking at that and saying, maybe we're boring, Bemet. So right away, we're aiming at the child. We have to discipline him. So we have to show him when Yom Shabbat, because Abba is at home, Habibi, start to use your authority. So maybe it's time for us to be creative. What do you say? Let's do this. If you have a store, right? It's important for you to take care of the customers.
Yeah.
Are you falling asleep?
No.
No. Why not?
Because you have a store, you want to take care of the customers, so the customers are happy.
So now, who is more important? Your customers or your kids?
Definitely. The
customer.
What happened Friday night?
We didn't make them happy.
The parents eat a little bit and right away the head we're sleeping.
Harav, could it be that because the parents are overly exhausted because all the works they're doing, so like once they sit at a table, there is absolutely no energy at that point. It's not that they don't want to attend to the kids, but like sometimes I see people with younger kids, they really don't have any energy to like at that point to do anything.
I don't buy this. I'll tell you why. I've seen people sick. Going to work. Where you going? You sick? I know, I have to go. And he smiles at the customers and he is exhausted. That's the truth. We have to say it. Imagine you're a doctor and a lady, you've been called at 3 o'clock in the morning to the hospital. Your client is giving birth. Is he exhausted?
Yes.
Does he have to be there?
Yes.
Does he have a choice?
No.
Now, when he is there, he is awake, or the nurses have to tell him, doctor, she is pushing.
No, they're awake. They're completely awake. But then 2 hours later, they collapse
Why they awake? Why?
because they have responsibility.
Oh, very good answer. This answer I like. So how about our kids? No responsibility?
Of course, I think some people don't see it that way.
So don't blame the kids. They need what they need.
So, Rabbi, what do you do if your spouse falls asleep and at the table?
I don't want to create problems now. My department.
I mean, yes, he is very tired, after
So if
the whole week.
Okay. If באמת the kids are important for us, באמת אבל. I will come home early, Friday. I will take a nap. Why? Because I have to prepare for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want to change the approach, the view. We don't give him enough attention, and that's what I mean. Every parent over here is ready to swear that they gave the kids so much attention. And I don't buy it so fast. Attention means you there, you creative, you initiating, you saying to them interesting stories that they like.
You praise.
Yes. Okay, every child like to hear a story. Especially if you know how to play the story. They will wait for Shabbat, they will wait. Let's see what Abba is coming up with this week. What a story we're gonna hear. And you make a quiz with prizes. And you don't force them to eat what they don't like to eat. Enough with this. You know your kids already. You should ask them, what do you want me to cook for you for Shabbat? Yeah. But we're going to classes. We hear that it's very good to eat fish by Shabbat, right? And the kids, oh, if you're not going to eat fish by Shabbat, you're not going to Olam Haba. Mata normali. Huh? This fish will go through your nose, it will go. Why? Because he's a child. How about if you don't like a food and I will stick it inside your nose by force? Huh? That's okay. Don't forget, kids are people too.
Rabbi, can I ask a question?
Yes.
On Shabbat, should we have assigned seats for the kids, or they can sit wherever they want? Because in my house, it's always an issue. So we made assigned seats. My
The
husband made
older one sit next to Abba. They have to understand there is an order. It's part of the chinuch, part of the respect.
even if it's a girl, if the girl is first, she should sit next to the father.
So in this case, she'll sit next to the mother.
Like I have two girls first and then two younger boys. So my husband made it that way that the two boys are next to him, like one on the right, one on the left. But then one of my daughters always has an issue saying, I'm older, why? They're younger than me, why do they get to sit?
I can hear it.
So there's
It's
always
actually-
an issue with the seating arrangements.
So if she wants to feel important to sit next to Abba, what's wrong with that?
But then my boys don't want to give up their seats. They're saying, no, no. They all want to be next to him.
So you're taking the boys and the girls, and we should start to explain now. Okay? Or you can do every week, we'll switch. This week is yours. Next week is hers. This one. So everybody knows the turns.
Mm-hmm. Right. I suggested that, but my husband doesn't like that idea. He
No.
thinks it's going to be too complicated and too confusing, you know,
Why?
constantly switching.
Make a chart.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
Don't you have a calendar?
Yeah.
Right. This Shabbat, Sarah. Next Shabbat, Chaim. Third Shabbat, Moishale. Fourth Shabbat, Elisheva.
Mm.
And that's how it goes. Finished.
What if Ima wants to sit next to Abba?
Also good. But this is a little bit complicated because when guests will come, so we at home, we did it always. I sat over there. My wife sat on the head on the table, also on the other side. Why? Because we have two chiefs. You see, if the atmosphere is good, it will not come to this. We have to explain, we have to talk, we have to convince. It takes time. You need patience for this. Patience, which we don't have. So, Shabbat should be the day that the kids looking forward to. Looking forward. Don't forget, the whole week, they're eating in school, in the yeshiva. The food, it's a school food, okay? Finally, they have Yom Shabbat. Why can't we ask them, you have to enjoy Shabbat also? There is a mitzvah to enjoy Shabbat. We have to make them enjoy Shabbat also. Ask them, anyway, I'm cooking, so let me cook something that you eat. Not only that. Did it happen once that you screamed on your child by Shabbat? You don't want to talk? Did you scream on your kids?
Yes, yes.
What you will do if your husband will scream at you on Yom Shabbat? I'll tell you a few reactions that I heard. When my husband started to raise his voice, I left the table and I went to my room. I didn't speak to him the whole Shabbat. Papa, poo, poo, poo. Yes. So imagine a child now that you're screaming at him in front of his brothers and sisters. And on top of it, you're saying, not brachot, say the least. How do you think the child has to feel?
So cute.
How do you think the child feels? Embarrassed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Humiliated?
yes,
Yes.
You took away all his respect, dignity, self-worth. And this is your Shabbat. It's avon. It's a sin. The child has to enjoy Shabbat. He is also a Jew. How are we going to teach him to enjoy Shabbat? It's all in our hands. Oh. Very nice question. It's very hard for me to imagine who came unwanted. Uh-huh. I see. Okay, you see, by going to your home, we're not solving the problem. There is a problem that we have to deal from the root of the problem. Because how many times you can run away? Let's say it's your in-laws. Unwanted. But where are you going to run away? So there is a problem. Because the past 15 years, you didn't take care of the problem. If it's the side of the husband, so the husband had to talk to his parents and tell them, you're destroying my home. Something needs to be done. So if he's not on your side, what do you want me to do? I feel bad for you. That's all I can say. Okay. Whoever is coming to shake the Shlom Bayit, we have to open the door and show them the way out. Without any hesitation. If the parents don't know how to keep the mouth shut, they should not come. If they don't like what they see, they should not come. Everybody should know, did you marry your wife or did you marry your parents? And don't think for a second that they see that they're not wanted, that you don't like them. And still they're coming. Okay. They'll come. It means that you are not important for them. They came for their son. You, a tough luck. No. So this husband should know that his wife she's not enjoying Shabbat. It's a terrible avon. Everybody should enjoy Shabbat. The atmosphere. Even the Gemara talks about it. If a person have money either to buy Hanukkah candles or to buy Shabbat candles, very poor. Either this, either this. What is that the law? He should buy candles for Shabbat, not for Hanukkah. Why? Shalom Bayit. When there is light in the house, it's a different atmosphere. So, I hope that you got the message. It's a very important one. Many kids get off the derech because of this. Many yeshivot destroying kids because of this. And many parents doing also injustice, but not making the house a pleasant atmosphere. That's why when you have Shalom Bayit, it's a pleasant to come to your house. The kids will feel so good. If you don't have, imagine how a child feels. He doesn't know what to expect, who will scream at whom. If mommy will cry today, or Abba will leave. That's a place to live. I want you to think. And אם ירצה השם, see you tomorrow night. And we're gonna talk about how to build a child so he should have very good self-image about himself. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Rabbi.